Welcome back to the Asylum.
I'm Kane.
I'm JASEAN.
And we are the Arkham Inmates.
And today we have a head-to-head cannons video. This time we are going to be doing the Xmen. And we were just talking about the score. I think if
you won Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And you won
Marvel. Did we do Marvel?
Yeah, we did Avengers.
Okay, so I won that one.
I won Justice League last time.
Okay.
I actually won one.
So it's 2-1.
You're still up by one.
Yeah.
So it's 2-1 right now. I could win.
And we're both confident. Yeah, we're both really big X-Men fans. So
X-Men's the best team ever created by Marvel. Don't care.
Yeah, he's
best team ever.
So he has a very good chance of winning this, just like I do.
I remember us being kids and it's like it wasn't even a matter of fact of like Hulk or anything. Like we were like mutants. We wanted to be mutants. Yeah. It's just X-Men are just.
I was a mutant inmate for Halloween, and then
with the collar and everything.
Yeah, and then she's like, she just walked away mid-conversation.
Yeah, that's so funny, yeah. In this, we are going to be doing the head-to-head cannons, like JASEAN said. If you don't know what head-to-head cannons are...
go watch our other videos, because we're not fucking explaining it to you.
I'll explain it a little bit.
No.
So, it's what we think in our head, and we're going with the movies. I want to clarify that. Yeah. So, we're not doing comics, because there's millions and millions of other media outlets that have different versions of everything. So, we're going with the X-Men Fox franchise. And that's what the universe we're going to stay in, and that's how we're going to judge our canons throughout that. Let's see if he wins this one, though. I'm pretty confident in my order.
It's 50-50 on this one.
We'll see. It's going to be a battle. Let's get it. So we're going to start it off the right way with the leader of the X-Men originator. So that is Professor X. Do you want to go first?
No, you, and then I come off your list.
Okay. Professor X headcanon for the Fox universe, remember. I am going... Professor X still struggles with his disability day to day and still has one more dose of the drug that Hank made for him back in Days of Future Past in a sock drawer in case he ever wants to walk again.
Oh, that's cool.
Solid.
That's a good one.
Okay. You act like every time you give me this fucking energy and you're like, oh, what a shame. What a pity.
All right. He doesn't expect to see the world he's always dreamed of building, but he keeps grinding at it anyways.
That's just Professor X. He already does that.
You think in the Fox universe?
He genuinely doesn't. No,
hold on. I think in the Fox universe, he genuinely thinks that it's gonna happen one day, that mutants and humans can coexist.
No, I don't really feel that. Like maybe in the first two X-Men, but like
even with James McAvoy, I feel that.
He fully believes. Because I
in
feel like
in first class, you're gonna tell me he doesn't fully believe.
I feel like at the end of first class, when he realizes, because when Magneto when they literally point the missiles at him, he's like, "Fuck, you're right." Because he's even like he's like, "Say I'm wrong, Charles," and he's
to
like,
a degree. He thinks he's right about the situation, but I think overall, he genuinely, in his heart of hearts, feels like one day we're gonna coexist with humans, at least in the Fox universe.
Okay, but you're saying that he knows it'll never happen.
He's somewhere in the back of his mind. He knows that shit ain't fucking happening. Remember, this is Fox universe. That's why I chose this one.
I feel like yours is a little on the nose, though.
All right, then. Fine.
What do you have any actual defense to that? That feels pretty like limited to mine. Is very like not really canon at all. It's never stated, and he's always in the wheelchair. And he said, but I feel like he does struggle with that idea.
Okay, that's good. You can have that.
Okay. That was kind of lame.
I'm not mad.
All right. Okay. For the next headcanon, we're doing the one and only Wolverine.
In a hidden drawer, there are letters addressed to... What?
I just said that with Professor X, the hidden drawer thing.
Oh,
that's just so funny, but go ahead.
In a hidden drawer, there are letters addressed to all the people he's lost. He says things or he pours out all the feelings he never got to say. Sometimes they're angry, sometimes it's just, I miss you.
Okay, wait a minute. The letters of who?
All the people, because he's lived such a long fucking life.
Yeah, over like 200 years.
He just writes letters to the people.
Oh, he writes the letters. I thought he was keeping them.
No, he keeps
to people that have died.
So he gets his emotions out and just writes them in a letter and just
like people from the wars.
Yeah,
and people. Okay, I really like that. Okay, mine's kind of funny, but also sweet. Going off of the Fox universe, he likes taking Scott's bike, not because he wants to be a dick to Scott, but it's the same model of a bike that the old people wanted him to take for a spin that died in Origins Wolverine.
But it's not, though. His bike is not the same model as...
Yeah. That's why he loves that bike. In my headcanon is they never explain it, but Scott's bike that he takes in X-Men X2 at the beginning of it, at the end of X1 and X2 at the beginning of it, and he's like, hey, fill her up, the bike needs it. That's a chopper. I'm pretty sure it's the same chopper. Because it's not a sports bike like it is in the comics. Because Scott rides a sports bike in the comics, but it's a chopper. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we can look it up real quick. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Yeah, it might be. It's obviously a newer model than that time, but I was saying the same model bike, a Harley Davidson, the same one, not the exact same bike because it's newer, but I'm saying the same model. Like there's a TX, there's a Kuma, there's a Yakuza. You know, there's a. That's what I thought. I'll give you the point though. I'll just give you Wolverine.
I was just curious.
I was just thinking like it was a sweet thing, but. I'll just give you the point on that. I do like your thing where he writes letters to the past ghosts. Going on to Magneto. I'll start it off. So Magneto's my headcanon. This is after X-Men Apocalypse, specifically. After Apocalypse shows him his full potential and how devastating his powers can be, he actually chooses to hold most of his power back to make things more challenging and interesting for him in fights.
That's cool. That's okay.
Because he's not an Omega, he's an Alpha level mutant. Because Omega's reality bending, right? Because he can't bend realities.
Yeah, no.
So Alpha. So he literally, like, he can do so much. And then in Apocalypse, when he takes all of Auschwitz out, and then I feel like afterwards, because I think Ian McKellen, it's just because they were made first, so they don't have anything crazy like him in the Golden Gate Bridge, but he can bloodbend, he can do so much stuff that we have seen before. So I think...
You said this was post-Apocalypse, right?
This was after Apocalypse, like, enhanced him.
Yeah.
Because after the people are enhanced, they stay enhanced.
Excuse me. Wasn't he went into like retirement or something after that? Because Jean went looking for him.
He made Genosha.
Yeah.
And Dark Phoenix.
Yeah. So.
But you didn't watch Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
So like in Dark Phoenix, he kind of stays back and he doesn't use his powers anymore until he figures out that Mystique dies, and then he uses powers. That's when he brings up the train. That's when he does some crazy shit. But I feel like whenever he's fighting Charles or the X-Men or other mutants, like he holds back because he could just annihilate them. That's kind of just my headcanon of like when he finally realizes that he can move, because. I mean, hot take. I know we just did those, but hot take. I think Apocalypse is a pretty good X-Men film, and I love when he literally lifts things out of the ocean, the world, the thing, like all around the world, because Apocalypse gives him this extra power. But it makes him realize that he always had that power. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because you see Apocalypse like morphing Archangel, morphing Psylocke. He doesn't actually morph Magneto. He just says, "Put your hand to the ground," and then he shows how powerful he really is. So I was just thinking that when he gets older, because Sir Ian McKellen's supposed to be Michael Fassbender, we're following the Fox universe, right? Ian McKellen never really does anything as crazy as Michael Fassbender does. They really do the younger movies. So that's why I was thinking it'd be cool, because it's not explained, that he holds back a lot because he knows how powerful he is. To keep things a challenge, because he's like, oh, I'm Magneto. Okay. That's kind of explained. Yeah. But, you know, we'll see.
Mine is post First Class.
Okay.
Magneto has created safe houses across the globe underground Magneto has created safe houses across the globe, underground sanctuaries shielded with magnetic fields, supplies with food, and marked with mutant symbols to let mutants know this is a safe haven for you. So he kind of like
little like Krakoas and Genoshas around.
Yeah, but I would wanted it. I was thinking of it post First Class, because that's when he really.
That's after the missile crisis, after the war, and people are very
mutants are coming out and stuff. So, in my head, I think he would in creating magnetic fields to like keep them safe. Like that's such a Magneto thing to do.
Do you think yours takes it? I feel like my honest feel. I think we equal out because I think both are very Magneto. Mine's very on the cocky side of his power, and I think him holding back throughout the movies kind of follows through of when he gets older.
Mine's more the humane side of him that looks out for the mutants.
Exactly. I'm fine with equal because
we can do a tie with that.
Okay. Yeah. Is that fair? Okay. Cool. We'll do a tie. All right. So we are gonna do Cyclops' headcanon.
There are times where he feels his loyalty is too obedient, and he wonders if Xavier is unintentionally has nudged him mentally to keep him in line. He hates thinking it, but it lingers.
Okay. So he always has something in the back of his mind that he thinks that Charles is messing with his mind in order to make him obedient.
Because of how loyal, like he's the leader of the X-Men. Everyone he's
also Cyclops in the movies does not get the recognition and the show of how, like, because I feel like the movies really make him suck because they make it Wolverine movies mainly. But like Cyclops in comics and I was like he is such a leader.
He's a dog.
But he does basically bend to every Professor X's whim.
So that's why I'm like, I was thinking that would be a cool little thing to think about. Like, what if in his, because he controls people mentally. So like, somewhere.
I mean, everyone's afraid of what he does.
But he's so like whatever you need, Professor, like father figure.
That he
it's like
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Okay, mine's more funny.
Okay.
Okay, so I might not win in funny points. You might have it because of that, but I wonder if you'll like mine. So Cyclops would solo run the Danger Room and would set the Danger Room schematics to have him go against an AI Wolverine so that he could kick Logan's ass over and over all weekend long.
That's funny.
Because in the movies, it's
they have that
they have that triangle with Jean, but he just hates fucking Logan.
Hey,
but it's a love-hate.
How's your throwing arm?
Right? And I just think in the Danger Room, I feel like, because you can set it to anything, so I'm like him going against Wolverine, but having him win, just beat Logan's ass every single time. So
I do like.
I think yours goes with the weight of it because of his loyalty. Now I will say, yours is a little bit off of the Fox key.
Yeah.
A little bit, because we don't really see that loyalty as strong in the Fox verse. Maybe the first movie, but the last two strung out, and then when he gets young, he's just a rambunctious kid. So I'll give you this one right now, but yours is a little teetering, little teeter. So we are doing Jean's Headcanon or Phoenix, whatever we're. This one I think you're really gonna like. All right, so Jean is actually the one who had a crush on Scott first, but Scott turned her down. So she manipulated his and everyone else's mind with her powers, making them think they've been a couple at the school the whole time. So I get what you're saying.
Mind.
She used the Phoenix Force,
but
and she because
that does seem a bit weird because
in the movies he's everything has to be with Jean. Everything has to do
with
this.
Always that's a Cyclops general. Like that motherfucker's always.
No, I know.
Jean.
No, I know. But we've also seen where Jean has changed people's minds a lot of the times, especially when they're out.
Well, I'm just saying
for
the Fox universe, because she has the option of Logan or Scott. Like even after.
I'm saying before Logan got there.
I know, but
I'm saying like before X-Men 1. I'm just going off of the Fox universe of how it was portrayed.
I feel like she would give less of a shit and get with Logan because in X2 she was very.
Yeah, but that's afterwards. But I'm saying like I think Scott, the way we're presented, he's so overprotected. Like he's so puppy dog. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I thought it'd be cool of like since we've known that she's mentally manipulated people before. Mm-hmm. So I would think that like one of her things of because she's always been that sassy like I'm gonna get my way, like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And in the way of things, like when Scott's like, no, Jean, don't do this. She's like, I'm gonna do it. And then she helps the team, or like that's why she sacrificed her. So she's very strong, head forward woman. So I was thinking like before because in Dark Phoenix, but also in Apocalypse, like all the stuff when they're in school, it's very like playful and very like she's obviously into him. So I was playing on that. I'm like, what if like he was actually like, I don't like that bitch, like rejected her, and she's like, oh, you're gonna like me, and whole school.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really discuss yours too much because I don't like Jean. Like
I'm not a big Jean fan either, but I just thought it was cool that she would manipulate everyone's mind.
Pretty basic,
to
so
get the
I
boy.
don't like.
So, yeah. But that's just mine. I just thought it'd be a cool little like timeline take.
Yeah. Even before the Phoenix fully awakened, Jean would always hear in the back of her head when she was scared of angry. In the back of her head, sorry. Ugh, I fucked that up. Even before the Phoenix fully awakened, Jean would hear in the back of her head when she was afraid or angry, "Let me help you. Let me protect you. Let me hurt them." So the Phoenix was even before
always there.
Yeah, mine was pretty basic, but like then again, I don't fucking like Jean. So like I sat there for a minute and I was like,
yeah,
what? Because Jean Grey as a character, in my opinion, so like just one.
Well, okay, I'll say this: in the movies, is more of a powerhouse, just more of like look what she can do. Rather
my
than
opinion in the movies is nothing.
She's better in the comics.
Hold on, in the movies, she brings nothing of value except for a love triangle, in my opinion.
Fair, yeah.
She in the movies, she's a powerhouse, sure, but it's like.
I think she's only a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like, she's supposed to be this political take with Professor X and all this stuff, but she just becomes the love triangle with Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the X-Men movies kind of just become a Wolverine movie all the time. And then she's kind of just like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do this. And then she sacrifices herself.
Yeah, so just overall, she is a character. I don't really fuck with her like that.
Right.
But, so I don't really care if you take this point or not, because
I feel like I was gonna say like yours is good, but I feel like that's like, I mean, it's a good headcanon because we never really see it, but I feel like it's always been there at the end of X2 of like things that fucking with her head.
Of X2.
Yeah, so I feel like we can infer.
Yeah.
But I think I just kind of went with a darker tone because she has that darkness in her.
Yeah.
And like, because we always think of like in the comics, I know it's not, we're stepping out, but like when Charles, like a lot of the time Charles will manipulate people's minds to get what he wants. So I was thinking like Jean probably does the same. So I thought it'd be a cool dynamic because we always see like Scott asks Jean out, Scott loves Jean like that.
When does he do that in comics?
He's done that a lot. He's like done it. He's like manipulated Wolverine's mind so that he's always forgetful. Like one of the main reasons that Wolverine doesn't really remember everything is because Charles doesn't want him to, because he wants to keep Wolverine at the school. And then there's a bunch of things where he's like the whole thing with Jean. He locked Jean's mind up to keep the Force.
Is true.
He also another thing in the comics, I know it's not in the movies, as you're saying, but when you were saying he's also manipulated Scott into thinking that Jean's in danger to get his potential out. Okay. He does that a lot to his X-Men to get the best. And the only person that knows about it is Magneto. Because Magneto blocks all of it, and he can. Another thing in the comics is that Magneto can he knows when people are doing it. Same with Emma. Emma's been in Charles's brain, and she's like, "Oh, you're a manipulative one," something like that. But that's kind of. I just want to play on her dark
I don't
side.
want to spend too much time on this character. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Let's move on.
I'll take a point for that.
Take the point.
Okay, that's fine.
When she is alone, she whispers to the storm, to the clouds, to the wind. She thanks them and asks them for help. It's half prayer, half connection. She is not entirely sure whether the weather is listening back, but she talks to it anyways.
I like that. Shows like the goddess side of it. We
But-
didn't really get to see that with Halle Berry a
know.
lot, but I do. I think actually
But
one of the
we
moments
saw when she was
she's
out, that's
depressed.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So-
She's like thinking. That's cool. I like mine too. We'll see. So for my Storm headcanon, when she was a kid in Cairo learning her powers, she accidentally brought massive rain which flooded the Nile. So now when she visits Egypt, she floods the Nile to remind herself how strong she was when she was a little girl.
Was it a good flood?
Yeah, okay, so do you know anything about Egypt?
Like, did the flood destroy shit?
No.
Was it okay?
That's why I asked, do you know anything about Egypt?
Yeah, I know things about Egypt.
Well, the Nile floods every 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's a good flood. It brings ferocious. It's a thing that the Egyptian people celebrate.
Okay.
So every 2 to 3 years, the Nile floods. So I just kind of played on real life of that, of like, because they don't really explore her origins and that, because it's so funny. Because in the first movie, she has an accent. Halle Berry does an accent, and it just disappears.
Yeah.
But like, she was born in Cairo and raised there, so she's the goddess, like one of the African goddesses. So I was just thought like she kind of goes. It's one of her first abilities, when she's like a little girl and she's like, "Did I do that?"
Well, when I was thinking of Storm in the Fox universe, obviously that scene came to me where she's looking up and it's just
Charles
like,
is like, "I didn't know it was gonna rain today."
Yeah, I'm sorry. But then I also think she also sometimes is scared of her abilities because that's what she tells Kurt when she's talking to him. So I tried to steer away what's the word I'm looking for?
Stay away from like big power type showing.
Like be wary of
the
it,
Nile.
if that's what I was looking for.
Right.
So that's why I was like trying. It's more of like a prayer
So
thing.
what are you thinking?
I really like mine.
You think? I'll give you the point.
Okay.
I'll give you the point. For my Iceman headcanon, this one's funny. I think. He convinced Charles to let him make an ice rink at the school where he coaches hockey team with young mutants called the Drake Snakes and teaches students to ice skate.
I like yours better already.
Really? Damn.
Yeah,
I thought you would have killed it with this one.
Well, I didn't do a fun one because I was thinking of his family and stuff. So I was
thinking, well, Iceman's like the funny one on the team, so that's why I went with the more.
But he once had a conversation with Magneto, wondering what if he never gone to Xavier's? What if he stayed with his family in hiding? What if he died young or lost himself completely? Because his family was so like.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Mine definitely wins. That felt like you had more to say. He just asks. Magneto doesn't say anything back, or he just asks him a bunch of questions.
They had a conversation about like a vague. I'm not gonna go.
But
Magneto
why?
said this.
No, but like why?
Because what if I never did go to Xavier's and my family made me hide because when he came out as a mutant, his family rejected him.
No, I know, but I'm saying like we're in the Fox universe, so when does he ever talk to Magneto? Magneto's never with the X-Men.
Yeah, it was a more.
X2.
I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm saying in my headcanon of the Fox universe, he would have that conversation with Magneto, not the Professor, because it's not like a Professor X question. It's more of a Magneto.
Okay.
So that's where I was going with that. You know how we never saw anything of Storm's origin story, and you're
Yeah.
like, well, in my headcanon, she did this in Egypt as a child. That's.
I just didn't know why you would be talking to Magneto.
Because that's not a question for Xavier, because you went to Xavier, so he kind of, in my head, you would already expect Xavier's answer of, well, that, you did come here and this, and this.
Yeah,
and
not really answering the
so
question.
You would want to talk
like,
to more of like a realist.
portraying what the future is instead of Magneto being like, you were born this great.
And I was also thinking of X2 because they were in the jet with.
Yeah, together. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that's the time when they were together. That's why Pyro switched sides, because Magneto's like, you're a god.
And that's when
less.
it was after his parents.
Yeah, after his brother fucking,
So that's why I was thinking.
Called the cops.
Yeah. But that's where I was going with it.
I do like mine, though.
Yours is because it's fun. It's Bobby.
Yeah. But I just didn't get why. I just didn't get the conversation of, like, it being Magneto, because he's such a... I feel like the movies are a great portrayal of Magneto's, like, ideologies and, like, him being a menace, but I don't see Magneto as a villain all the time. Yeah, no, I really don't. But in the movies, you have to have a villain. So Magneto's always like, we gotta take Magneto out. But I really don't see him as a villain. So I got Iceman for Nightcrawler's headcanon.
Kurt's Catholicism gives him strength and hope in dark times, but it also weighs heavily on him. He sometimes feels conflicted. How can someone so holy and good look so different and demonic to others? So it's pretty vague because I'm not a super big Nightcrawler fan.
It's pretty much implied in X2.
I know.
His whole thing.
But my thing is, I'm not a big Nightcrawler. Like, I love Nightcrawler as a character because of this.
And Power Set, too.
And Power Set, but I'm not, like...
a Nightcrawler guy.
So I don't know...
Yeah, I would...
I don't care, but...
No, I'm just saying, like... that's, like, pretty much what X2 is. Yeah. That's why he hates himself. So...
Well, I don't think it's fair
Mine's
to say
more
he hates himself.
He hates his look. That's why he even asked Mystique, like, if you could change into anyone, why would you want to look like this?
But I don't think he, like, completely hates himself.
Okay, maybe not hates him, but what the powers have metamorphosed into. Metamorphosis.
But...
Mine is... Yeah. So, the first couple of months after joining the X-Men, he spent those months honing his skills of teleporting without seeing after his moment with Storm, so he tries teleporting through walls and doors with his eyes shut, with Kitty chaperoning through him if he gets stuck. I think I get that.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so for Rogue, alright, she accidentally killed her mother not too long after taking the cure because she wasn't fully aware of it being temporary, and one day when she went to give her mom a big hug, she drained her mother's life force. Because this is after Last Stand, after the end credit scene where we see Magneto, he gets his powers back, so the cure isn't even fully done. And if we're doing, and like I said, we're doing the theatrical release, because in the extended cut, she doesn't get the cure. She goes back to Bobby with her gloves, she's like, I am part of this. And I know at Days in Future Past, the theatrical release of that, they they don't do anything right, really, with the Fox timeline, but at the theatrical release, which we all saw in theaters, for Last Stand, that was her taking the cure so that she could kiss Bobby, and so...
I'm gonna say right now, I just realized I did something wrong. I was getting because she's at the end of my list.
Yeah.
I accidentally went comic book. I was reading mine, I was like, holy fuck, I went comic book. I didn't go Fox Universe.
Why, is she flying and shit?
No, it's just something that is kind of a bit known.
It can't fit in the Fox Universe at all?
Because we've never seen it happen to her.
Okay.
But just so I was reading it and I was like, oh shit.
Alright. Do I get that point? Or
yeah, you can have... I want to... No, because I don't want to say... I just want to say mine, you can have the point.
Okay.
Rain is a blessing and a curse because Rain mutes her sensory overload of her powers.
Yeah, that's straight.
So she loves walking outside in storms because it makes her feel normal. But I was like,
that's nothing to do with Fox.
Shit.
Yeah, no.
So
that's good, but that's nothing to do with Fox.
Yeah, as soon as we got to Rogue, I read mine. It's like, wait.
And what sucks, I think Fox ruined Rogue. Honestly.
Yeah, they did. No, they 100%. They
snuffed her out so bad.
100%.
They made her just honestly, just romance.
Yeah, he hates his temporary cure. The cure that suppressed his mutation gave him brief control over his appearance, but destroyed his trust in himself. He sees it now as an act of self-hatred, not science. Even years later, he keeps a vial of the formula as a reminder, don't try to erase yourself to fit in.
That's like my Professor X one.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny how we kind of thought of the same type of thing, but with two different characters.
Yeah.
But Hank made it, Okay, I like yours. Mine's kind of funny. he actually hates being called Beast, but understands how it fits his appearance. But his first name that he proposed to Charles was Big Blue, but Charles thought that sounded silly.
That's cool. I do
Kind of like a first class thing to where when he like comes up and they're like, oh, and they do it. Oh, he's a beast. And
what happens is
like,
he gives Charles the medicine to make him walk.
Yeah.
He gets up out of his wheelchair and gets in Beast's face. He goes, "Make a move, Big Blue."
That's so funny because I wrote this before Superman. But yeah,
I do like
he was
mine
gonna go
better.
Big Blue. I do like yours way better because it plays on Professor X, and I think
it also.
Did I win Professor X?
You did.
Yeah, so I will give you that because I love that aspect of like it's a sense of Beast is seeing it as a sense of like never again.
Yeah.
And this is a reminder of where I failed as a scientist and as a mutant.
Yeah, and I put the little thing up.
Mine is more of Professor X, like seeing it as a way of that luxury, to walk again, to feel a little bit more normal than he is,
Yeah.
Tiebreaker! Ooh, okay. So we have to come up with a character, and we have to come up with one on the fucking spot.
3, 2, 1.
Mystique.
Pyro.
Fuck, Mystique's so utilized in the Fox universe.
Okay.
Pyro's very... Alright,
I actually like the Mystique one. She's very utilized, so let's do Mystique.
Mystique?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so now this will all be cut, but we are now going to write one on the spot, a Mystique one for the tiebreaker. Alright, so we now have our Mystique headcanons that we just wrote on the spot. He just wrote his, I just wrote mine, and this is for the tiebreaker. Now, if we are completely unbiased, one of us will win, but if we fully believe that it's equal, we will do one more, and then that will be the settling score. But let's get right into it. Would you like to start?
You go first. I did B-size.
Okay, so for my Mystique headcanon, for the win, hopefully. Whenever she would go out with Charles to bars, she would get drunk and change into celebrities to get attention and sign fake autographs while Charles hits on women.
I like mine better.
What? If I don't like it, then this will be an argument here because you already won too.
With having issues of self-esteem, her biggest fear is being invisible, not just physically and emotionally. That's why she was really upset when Magneto acted as she didn't exist after she was shot with the cure.
I'll say this. I do like yours. I don't like mine more. I think it's equal. And I'm not saying yes because let me explain. They're two different Mystiques. So mine is the young, playful party one with Charles, first class, that worked perfectly with it and her power set. And yours is the emotional. She was so in love with Magneto and his cause, so that when he's like, "Oh, you're not one of us anymore," it very much hurts. So I can see like that trauma playing on that, coming to validate him. But like, this is not because I want to win. I'm 1,000% saying it. I say that we should do another tiebreak. I feel like, unbiasedly, you don't like mine at all.
Yours is okay, but I like mine way better.
Why? Because you went trauma?
No, it just makes more sense.
I think yours is okay.
It makes more sense to me because
for that Mystique, but mine makes sense for a first class Mystique.
For first class Mystique, she wanted to be pretty, but
it wasn't about being pretty. She would get drunk with Charles because they would go to bars. Because at the beginning of that, when she wanted to get attention because he's hitting on that girl, she changed her eyes, showing her mutation, and that's why Charles gets mad. Like, oh, you can't just keep doing that because she likes to piss Charles off. So while he goes and hits on women at bars, she's like, oh, okay. So she'll switch to like Ozzy Osbourne or whatever because they're in London, and she'll just sign shit, and Charles will be like, Mystique, what the fuck are you doing?
But that's not a headcanon. That's just something that she does.
She doesn't do that. We
just saw her do it. She changed her eyes to do what.
Okay, we've never seen her change into celebrities and sign bars and all.
Yeah, but she does little things to do what you're saying. She doesn't have to completely turn into a different person.
But in my headcanon, that she in her younger years, she would turn into celebrities to get attention because all she wanted was Charles's attention.
I don't fucking know, dude. I feel like mine's better.
I think ours are even. I don't think it's better.
I think disagree wholeheartedly.
Bro.
There's no way you think that's equal to mine.
I think it's two different Mystiques. I think mine fits the party.
But I think
Mystique,
yours more describes.
The rugged Mystique.
That's kind of like what I wrote for like one of my characters, like Nightcrawler. It's like, yeah, but that's his character. He does do that. Like we see her do that in a littler way than what you're saying, but we still see her do it to a degree in the movie.
We see her change into people. Yes, that's her whole power.
No, I'm talking about when they're out and about drunk. She still does little things. She doesn't have to completely turn into a celebrity.
She did that to piss off Charles. I'm just saying, in my headcanon, when she would go out with bars while Charles was doing his thing, she would turn into Ozzy or turn into someone from London, maybe some of the Beatles or someone in that time, just to get attention, because all she wanted was Charles' attention. That's the whole reason of the plot, is that Magneto gave the attention that Charles was not giving, because Magneto was trying to raise her like a daughter, per se. That's why she ran away. And so... So
she would do things like that to get Charles's attention.
Yeah.
Which she did. And the thing, she did that to get his attention because he was talking to that girl. So it pissed her off. So she's like, no, I want Charles's attention. So she did that thing, and he fucked up his whole game. He was like, why would you do that? You basically gave me El Riz. And she's like, well, blah, 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 blah. So it's like we see her do it, but we just don't see her turn into like a celebrity and then walk down the street. And then Charles is like, what the fuck? We see it in a different way. Like, it's already shown to us.
I don't see
it. Dude, what the fuck, Kane? No way!
I don't see it like that because you're just saying you see her using her powers and fucking with Charles. You're just saying that my way is just a different version of that.
It is.
But
you just upped it a little bit. You're
okay, but what I'm saying is that's the same thing as saying, like, you're saying, oh, she actually feels she hates feeling invisible. Yeah. And that's why she chooses to be blue. But like that's her whole thing too. She's proud of being a mutant. She does not like. That's why she walks around naked, because she doesn't want to be invisible. Yeah. She wants to be seen. Yeah. That's the same thing. Your headcanon is just showing that whenever she felt that when Magneto left her, that's when she was heartbroken. But we felt that already. That's why I'm kind of confused. That's why I'm saying we tie. I don't think mine's better than yours.
No.
But I don't think yours is better than mine.
No.
It's two different Mystiques.
First, she has an identity crisis with herself.
Yes, in first class.
Yes. So now she walks around confidently because she wants to be known as a mutant. She wants to be seen. It's always been a big fear for her, right?
Yes.
So then when it comes full circle, that's why she feels so tragically upset. I feel like...
See, I feel like you're now understanding my point, though.
Yeah, I am.
See, exactly. See, you're now understanding it because she now walks around naked. That's why the whole thing where she goes to Charles, she's like, whoa, put clothes on. She's like, why? I'm a mutant. Right. And that's why she changes Hank's perspective. And then when she finally meets him, she's all about not being visible. And when she's trying to sleep with Logan, and Nightcrawler even asks her, why can't you change? She's like, we shouldn't have to. I should be naked. That's why she loves Magneto. Okay. So when he throws her away... She's always doesn't want to feel invisible. We can
do another character then.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like ours is tied because it's two different Mystiques, and mine plays on that side as well as yours.
All right, we can do two different characters then.
I don't want to win as much as I want us to be fair. If you win, you win. But I don't think yours beats mine, but I don't think mine beats yours. Well, if you came up with some godly shit, I'd have been like, all right, you got Mystique. Cool. But I think you realize now that my point of the process of she already did feel invisible. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I'm realizing it. So.
Okay, so.
We need another character.
Okay, so I got another one in my head.
3, 2, 1.
Colossus.
Kitty.
Fuck. What'd you say?
Kitty.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got one.
3, 2, 1.
Quicksilver. Fuck.
We're just naming.
Fuck. Toad's only in it for 2 movies, though. That's why I was thinking Quicksilver, because we got a good bit with him. All right.
We can do Quicksilver.
1 second.
I'd be okay doing Quicksilver.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good with Quicksilver.
All right. This is the second and final. One of us will win. Yep. Unfair. We will keep it fair. One of us will win. We are doing Quicksilver. This is the final tiebreaker of all of it. This is going to win the X-Men one. And I think this is a good episode. We very much love the X-Men. So I started off first, buddy. Yep. So you bring it home for the win.
Peter is actually more caring than he lets on. He's actually scared of hurting someone accidentally. While moving at Mach speeds is cool, bones are fragile, and a miscalculated nudge can be fatal. So that's why when no one's watching, Peter practices his ass off, which is one of the reasons why he was able to save everybody in the mansion when it was about to blow up despite having no training.
It's fucking good. That's fucking good. I don't think it's better than mine, though. I'm not even lying.
Really?
I think mine's really good. You have to be fair. because
Yeah,
I went a little funny with it, but I also went heartfelt. Okay. I think mine's on par with yours. I'm not even gonna lie. I think we're two good X-Men people. I swear to God. Okay. Once a week, Peter tries to get the courage up to tell Eric that he's his father, so he runs to Genosha, but as soon as he sees him, he stops and stares for just a second, but backs out and runs away, which pisses Magneto off because he hates the smell of Peter's Axe body spray and doesn't know where it comes from. I think both of ours, I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's really good because he stops and stares because you never see him and he just stares at Eric's face once a week and he's like, fuck, and he keeps leaving. And then Magneto's like, he like stops. He's like, what the fuck is that smell? And it's like something on Genosha. It's like, because even in Apocalypse, right? At the end of Apocalypse, he's like, I am here for family too.
You don't have to explain yours. I think they're tied.
You think they're tied again?
Yeah.
Dude, I think they're perfect because I love yours because it's like he's so like cocky, but he works his ass off. I know he does. Because
to save everybody in that fucking mansion except for one person was fucking crazy.
He did it twice.
So, in no training?
Yeah.
You have to give a shit.
Yeah, you has to care about something, but also the whole father dynamic we never got, and then him and his courage, like he tries to get the courage up, and he's
can I say something? Can we just have this as a fucking tie?
No.
Like,
one of us has to win because you're gonna either win 3 in a row, or 3-1.
We're gonna have to do another character because like these are equally as good.
I know they're great. Fuck. Oh, they're perfect. I was really trying to beat you too. I was like, motherfucker, I'm gonna get him. Because you went heartfelt with Mystique, so I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna keep going heartfelt instead of funny. So I did. God damn it! You won't give me the win?
No, I'm not giving you the
damn
fucking
a competitive
win.
Bitch.
Either we agree on a tie in general, or we're gonna have to do another character.
This will never happen. Another Headcanons video. We're gonna do a third tiebreaker. Okay, we're doing Pyro. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back for the third fucking tiebreaker. This is actually it. Yep. One of us has to win. I don't care how good.
Kane's pretty confident.
I'm fucking confident, dude.
There is a good chance he can win because Pyro's like nobody to me.
You're making it sound like this is a let me win.
No. It's not let you win.
You wanted Pyro.
No, I agreed to Pyro because he's the next like most popular character in my opinion.
Okay.
But
of the X-Men.
Yeah. So go ahead. You're first.
For the win. His father used to abuse him and put cigarette butts out on him for fun since they wouldn't hurt him. And one day while his father was lighting a cigarette, he made the flame erupt over his father, burning him and the house down, but telling the cops it was an accident. This is why he has behavioral issues and is bent on causing pains to others and calls himself the worst one of the dangerous mutants on the news during the struggle at Bobby's house, and the lighter he always flicks is his dad's.
What's funny about yours is mine's so similar.
No,
it's just,
dude, no!
Hold on. I just didn't lean in towards his psychoticness. I just leaned into something.
Just say it. Just say it. Just fucking say it, dude.
The Zippo he always flips around is from his first foster father, the one who treated him like a person instead of a problem. The man was a firefighter, ironically, but he was big on everyone being treated equal, which is one of the main reasons he left the X-Men to Magneto's, because he wanted to fit in with the world and be a part of it rather than try and be, what Magneto, I
think you got it a little backwards.
Yeah.
You got it backwards.
I got it backwards.
I'll let you restart it. Because you mean you wanted to left Magneto because he didn't want to fit in with the world, he wanted to be a part of equal mutants.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
But mine leaned more in towards
I think I went on the psychotic
because he is a psychopath.
Knowing Deadpool and Wolverine, which is part of the Fox universe, he's a psycho.
I know he's a psychopath, but I leaned
I win.
from you can win.
Okay. Yeah, baby. Yes. It is so hot in here.
Yeah. God. We are wrapping this up.
Oh, that's 2 for 2, bitch. I'm on the X-Men. I'm so fucking happy.
Yes. 3 fucking tiebreakers.
Yeah, I don't care. That's how good we are with X-Men, dude. Anything else, Justice League, Avengers, it can go either way. This was a tough episode. Yeah.
All right, we're sorry. Close it out. We gotta go. It's fucking brutal in here.
Okay, so I am the winner. I am now 2 for 2. Deshaun's now 2 for 2. We are now tied. The next head-to-hand video will be whoever gets up on the fucking leg. We don't know what team we're doing, but that is enough. We have been here for almost 2 hours. We love you guys. We hope you love these head-to-hand canon videos or whatever the fuck it is. We need to get out of here. Pyro's burning us alive. We love you, and we thank you for joining us as one of the inmates here at the asylum.
Goodbye.
Peace.